Hi, Capricorn. Because it is Capricorn season at the beginning of the year, you are the first reading, okay? For messages, predictions, what you need to be aware of for 2025, okay? So I've already done the cards because I do have 6 different topics or questions. So I didn't want to waste our precious time doing that on camera. I'm going to clarify each one with tarot though as we go along. So let's get right into this. I'm going to set this up here for now, maybe right over to the edge. And we're going to get right into your messages and predictions, what you need to be aware of for 2025 Capricorn. First out, challenge you may face. We have shadow. Shadow is interesting here. It's like, well, it is the moon card if we go by the number, right? This is the Psychic Tarot deck. And what I want to say about this is, a challenge you may face is there's two moons each month. Let me start there because I'm like, how do I want to explain this? Give me something here, Spirit. How do I explain it? They took me to my new and full moon readings, which I've been talking to people a lot about. So go check them out. Okay. I'm going to say that because with the new and full moon, new moon, there's an energy. Usually and it's by sign, right? But it doesn't mean that it's just for that zodiac sign. It means it's the energy of that zodiac sign that's surrounding the moon. So if it's a Sagittarius new moon, it's Sagittarius energy. The reading's for everyone. But I tell you the areas of your life, because it changes each month, that would be best for you to plant seeds to try to manifest. Full moon, I talk about you releasing and letting go. The challenge, and again, that's a different energy and area each month. So you should check them out. Plus there's a pick a card at the end. But what I want to say here, I tell you that for a reason. That's what this is. The dark moon, the new moon, the bright moon, the full moon, okay? I feel that the challenge that you're going to face is bringing whatever is in the darkness for you, okay, out into the light. For some of you, that can very well mean the good things you want to bring into your life, that you want to plant seeds for and try to manifest. Maybe you feel self-conscious about it. Maybe you feel unsure. For some of you, you could even feel this sense of insecurity or embarrassment, like, oh, I wouldn't want anyone to know that I want that in my life. But this is Spirit saying, no. Those dreams and wishes that you have for yourself, Capricorn, they need to be brought out into the light. The things that you want that are good for your life, that would be good for you all around, need to be brought out into the light and planted. A seed can't grow if it doesn't have light, right? That's what I feel this is, with it being shadow and the moon card. Whatever is in your shadows, you need to bring it to light. Now, that can mean many different things. Okay, Capricorn, it could mean something different for you in your life. Then you take that as it resonates. But for the majority, it's about bringing out those things that are good and not hiding from them. And the Empress comes out, not hiding from them anymore. I'm going to put it back here. The Empress is the queen of all queens. That's the way I describe her. Everyone feels differently. Some of us who read cards feel the same. Others of us may feel differently about the Empress. Me, I like to call her the queen of all queens. Why? Because she is very intuitive. She's in flow. She's loving and caring and compassionate, but she also thinks clearly, and she's independent, and she's honest and direct and has clear boundaries, and she's practical and helpful. And I said kind, caring, nurturing, but she's also very grounded and stable. And then there is the passionate side to her, right? And the courageous and the ambitious and the confident side to her, and the determined side and the social butterfly side. She encompasses everything. And when she puts to her mind that she has seeds that she needs to plant because she needs to bring good things into her life, then she does it. Okay, so take on that Empress energy. Let's go to the next card, a positive energy for you to embrace. Or you can even think about it. It'll be different here. I don't know when we pull the card. It could also be something that may just bring you joy in 2025, right? Truth. Oh, you guys, I love that. You need to embrace the truth. 20 here in the tarot is judgment. And the judgment card is knowing that it's time to level up. How do you raise your vibration and level up? That's one thing about it, right? The judgment card can also be, it's time for a fresh start in your life. So I love that the truth card has come out here, because what's going to be positive for you this year? Telling your truth. I feel it ties right back into this, right? Not being afraid to tell your truth. The truth, as we've heard over and over again in life, Capricorn, sets you free. So if you want to bring more joy into your life, and you know why I feel it is? Because when you tell the truth, there's nothing weighing down on you. You're not trying to hide anything, whether it's good or bad or ugly, okay? You don't feel a burden of keeping a secret, okay? That truth, look, love it, will set you free, okay? Here we have the Seven of Swords, which I like to call the thief in the night. You know, he runs in and steals the swords from the other encampment because he's like, well, I'm going to take your swords and you won't have any swords for the battle. Guess what? That's what the truth is like. If I'm living in truth and telling the truth, nobody has any swords that they can use against you. Why? Because you're living truth. You're breathing truth. You're acting truth. They can't hold anything over you. Like this guy is taking the swords. He's now holding the swords over them is how I think I want to say it. Well, you can think of it both ways. He's running away with the swords. No, I like it the other way better. They're like, no. He's holding these swords over them, right? Because now what are they going to do? They're going to have to surrender. You aren't going to have to surrender. This is you living in your truth. Nobody's going to be able to judge you or hold judgment over you. That's why it's positive energy to embrace, Capricorn. And that's why it will bring joy, because there won't be any burden. And when we don't have burden, we tend to be a little happier and more joyful and just easygoing and positive and all of those wonderful attributes, right? So I love that for you. Now, I was going to shuffle them. I picked them up and I was like, that's not a very big deck. I get so excited during my readings. Let's go. A negative or shadow energy in 2025 that you should work on. And these little things are going to pop up throughout the year, right? Although this one, I'm like, you need to embrace this right at the beginning. You know, if you're big into, the beginning of January, I'm setting my New Year's resolution. You know what? To live in truth would be a good one. All of these would be, but especially if you're that person, better yet, when you hear this, which is now towards the end of December, right? Then starting now, you're going to start living in your truth, okay? But it also, I believe, ties back to here. In a challenge, the challenge won't be there if you're living your truth, right? You're taking on that Empress energy. So let's go to negative or shadow energy that you may need to work on. And the negative or shadow energy are those things that hold you down, that burden you, that aren't good for you, that you don't maybe like about yourself, okay? trapped in fear. Oh, see, this is number 8, which we could say is the strength card. But do you know what this card reminds me of? Trapped in fear. It reminds me of the 9 of Swords is what it reminds me of. When you're living in anxiety, when you're living in the feeling of lack, when you're not able to sleep, you're not able to function, you're worrying all the time. That's what this card reminds me of. But I also like that the 8's there because this is realizing when you're trapped in fear that you actually have the strength to move yourself out of that, because it is a mental game. That 9 of Swords, right? It's a mental game where you're feeling trapped, confined, anxious, upset, worried, all of those things. That's for the most part, 99.9% of the time, okay, that is us inflicting that upon ourselves, because at any time we can have the strength to say, I don't need to trap myself in this. Why am I doing that, right? Why am I doing that? So I'm liking the way I saw it as one card, but it's also 8, the strength card. So look, there's sun, there's light. Again, there's light. Okay, let me get a tarot though to go along with it for you. That's something for you to work on, is when you feel yourself getting into one of those states or ways of thinking, you automatically, say to yourself, stop yourself and say, whoa, I have the strength to remove myself from this. I don't need to feel this way. I don't need to be losing sleep over this. Let me find the solution. And then the 10 of Pentacles comes out. And again, it's talking, I said it's like a weight lifted off you when you when you live in your truth, but also when you're not trapped in fear. It's you feeling like, hey, everything's okay. This is all going to work out. Why was I allowing myself to get all trapped up and in my head about this? I don't need to do that. Everything's going to be just fine. I have the strength, the determination, the will. I'm living in my truth. I'm bringing in what's good for me. That's everything about the 10 of Pentacles. That is living a good, round, fulfilled life where you have everything you need. Okay? So, these things are all easier said than done, but the whole point is to just start working on them. Look, it's a whole year. There's going to be multiple times throughout the year that you're probably going to be in this for different reasons, or maybe the same reason, until you decide to not be trapped in it, until you decide that not being trapped in it brings you what you need. Okay? Love that for you, Capricorn. What do you need to make room for? Rejoice in celebration. Well, that card is always, out with your friends, right? It's being emotionally happy, having a good time. They're cheering their wine glasses. It doesn't have to be wine. You could be cheering a punch glass, okay? But the thing is, I feel like what this card is saying is you need to make more time for friends, family, the people that bring joy into your life, the people that you're happy to be around. And if you're sitting there saying, but I don't have anyone I'm happy to be around, then start finding people that you can be happy to be around, okay? They're saying you need to make time. So whatever it is, there's no excuses here, right? That's what I feel like this card is. There's no excuses here. If you don't have the people to be happy with, you find them. If you do have people in your life, friends, family, colleagues, whatever it may be, partners, business partnerships, it could be with your own personal spouse partner, the person you're dating. You need to make more time to get out, relax, lift a glass, celebrate, have some good food, and enjoy your life. Look, the Knight of Pentacles come out. I love it. They're like, you know what? You're going to have to work at it, because for some of you Capricorns, this may not come easily. Okay. You may be like, oh, I'm not a real social butterfly. They're saying slow and steady. You don't have to become the social butterfly that's just flitting here, there, and everywhere, but you can get out with the people that you do enjoy spending time with. Slow and steady will win the race here for you. You don't need to be out every night of the week or every weekend. Maybe you start with, you know what? Once a month, I'm going to get out and I'm going to do something that feels good for me and do it with other people. Okay? That's the message. What is something you need to avoid in 2025? Authority. Reminds me of the John Cougar Mellencamp song there, I fight authority, authority always wins. But anyway, no, you're not going to be, you don't need to be out fighting authority, okay? It's not in that sense. But what I do believe it means, this is the emperor. And the emperor is the king of all kings, okay? He's like, there's the emperor and the empress, right? They're a power couple. But that emperor, what I feel with what do you need to avoid is being too stern, not being calm, not being diplomatic, not being clear, not being truthful. Maybe being a little too of an authoritarian, maybe being a little too calculating, a little too aggressive, working too hard and not being a good leader, okay? That's what they want you to avoid. Being a tyrant, we could even say. But trying to be the big boss when maybe there doesn't need to be a big boss. Trying to take control of a situation when it's not your place or there doesn't need to be someone taking control. Okay, I think you're getting it here. And look what comes out with it, temperance. They want you to be balanced. They want you to be balanced with 1 foot in the water and 1 foot on dry land. They want you in flow, right? And with temperance too, it's almost like, it's like peace and harmony. It's having patience, right? It's aligning yourself with peace and harmony and not the authoritarian dictator leader, okay? That's what they want you to do. So avoid this and be that. Love it. Okay, let's look at your last card here, which is what opportunity should you seize or grab a hold of? And we have hope. But it's number 17. And number 17 is the star card. And I love to say at times, hitch your wagon to the star. Go after your hopes, your dreams and wishes, okay? Having hope, positive hope and faith that you can make it happen, okay? Now, here's the interesting thing about that, I want to say. And it is when you latch on to the star, okay? When you have faith and trust and hope in God, source, universe, whomever it is for you, that good can come to you, it will come to you. So you need to seize and grab a hold of whatever those things are for you. Don't let them pass you by. If something good comes up that you should grab a hold of it. Do you know why? It could be a long time before that opportunity comes back around again. All right? When you, I'm going to say, reject or decline a gift from Spirit, all of those God, source, universe, or whomever that I just mentioned, I just say Spirit, it makes it easier. When you reject or you don't grab a hold of the opportunity, it's telling them that you're not really interested. Right? So whatever those dreams and wishes are, we come right back up to here, right? Because that's a challenge for you, but they're going to send them to you. And part of moving from the shadow to the light would be going to the light. Look at the great big sun here, right? Or the big star, we could say, shining. There comes the strength card again. It is grabbing a hold of those things, the opportunities when they come to you, and they could come out of the blue, out of the unknown. They could come. Spirit will use people, events, situations, things that will bring them to you. So you need to be aware that they're going to be sending these things in. And it's part of all of this for you, right? These all do loosely tie together, and some quite tightly in some cases. Or you can look at these as individual messages for your year. But here's the thing, Capricorn. They are going to send you, however, these opportunities that you should be grabbing a hold of. And I'm going to say they're your dreams and wishes. They're maybe the thing you've always wanted to try, always wanted to do. You've had this dream since you were a child. You've always wished this since you were a child or whenever. This is you having the strength, the hope, the faith, the belief that you can grab a hold of it, that you deserve to grab a hold of it, that you're worthy to grab a hold of it, okay? So just when those opportunities come in, and it's going to be different for everyone because this is going to resonate in a different way for all you different Capricorns, all right? So I wish you all the best in 2025. Look, we are going to have a great year. Always a little work to be done. It's why I chose this spread, right? I've used it before, but I thought, you know what? It kind of is a great spread to just give you an overview for how you should go into 2025. Getting advice from Spirit is never a bad thing. So Capricorn, I thank you so much. And I want to thank you for your support with my channel here in 2024. If you're a new subscriber just now, thank you. I appreciate it. I want my channel to slowly grow in 2025. And, well, I'd love for it to quickly grow, but I'm totally happy with slow and steady too. You know what? I can't knock anything that is in the name of growth here. But you know what I mean? Like, I just am going to remain positive, and I want you to as well. But I wish you all the best for 2025. Thank you so much, Capricorn, and I will see you in my readings in the upcoming year.